Hi, personal comedy Jesus. Hi.
Thank you so much for playing my racist uncle's new porn song. Thank you. By the way, the song is called "And Justice for All," which I think means they're saying Trump should be there in jail with them. That's my takeaway from the title.
Yes. That's a good. I like that
You
spin.
know what? Maybe there's a future where he can do the live. They can do a live duet together.
Yes, he'll be there with
every
them.
night at midnight.
Yeah.
Oh, Trump's
Wow.
not going to be in Gen Pop, Travis. Let me tell you, that's not where rich guys go. But it is nice to know that Donald Trump, before leaving office, could have pardoned all of these terrorists, but instead chose to pardon Steve Bannon, who had been ripping them off with his Build a Wall fund. So, you know what? Sucker's going to suck. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Can I just say that's why we don't even know who he was till 2 days ago? What's his name? Alex Murdaugh. Going to jail for we'll take any rich white guy going to prison at this point, because there's Steve
Seriously.
Bannon this week, right? Going, I'm not going to prison. I mean, and you can excuse a rich white guy for thinking that's true, that he will, after Trump pardoned him and then he committed a bunch more crimes, that he'll still get away with it, right?
That's the only way that Donald Trump will ever support Ron DeSantis, is if he's terrified of going to prison and needs someone to pardon him. Yeah, because generally, rich white guys don't go. You got to be like Alex Murdaugh and try really, really hard.
And by the way, every time I say Steve Bannon, I think of your jokes that he looks like an alcoholic Thumb and like
Yeah,
gout got gout.
Yeah, he looks like a police sketch artist rendition of the gonorrhea virus. It's just we worry about it. He looks like that uncle who keeps asking you to sit on his lap, but you're 15. He doesn't look good. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
He looks like he ate 40 pounds of cheese and it's coming out of the pores in his face. I only say this because we worry.
Yes.
He looks like he was up till 7 a.m. watching porn and his alarm was set for 7:15. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't look well. We care about Bannon.
Of course. So, have you read the Jim Jordan whistleblower stories yet in the New York Times or the Rolling Stone? Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
when
God.
I think whistleblowers, I think Jim Jordan. So, of course.
Yes, exactly. I mean, this is beyond the clown show that I think we thought these Republican committees were going to be, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like, wow, what if you had all the dumbest, most evil, racist people who don't know how apostrophes work from the comments section and ran. Remember in the 90s when you'd watch C-SPAN and these slobbering goobers would call up Brian Lamb and make him just stare awkwardly at the camera while they mouthed their conspiracy theories? They're the ones running now. They're the ones in the government now. And Joe Biden seems to have realized that using them as objects of ridicule helps with your fundraising and helps get out the vote. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think long term, I'd rather have her there, this fascist imbecile, than have someone who's effective at their job.
Yeah.
Than have someone who's going to vote the same exact way but not raise money for Democrats.
You said the same thing the president just said basically on Twitter. You said, I want to point out to Marjorie Taylor Greene, this poor woman's sons were actually killed in 2020 when someone who isn't Biden was POTUS. But instead of focusing on MTG's lies, hypocrisy, and exploitation for crass political points, I just point out she doesn't know how apostrophes work. It always seems to go with the territory, doesn't it?
Always. I mean, you can follow Donald Trump or you can understand apostrophes. Those two things don't exist. By the way, and that tweet, Marge, it's one sentence with 3 apostrophe errors in one sentence. Someone explain plurals to her. I know she's single now, so it might be confusing.
Oh.
But Glenn Kirshner had a great tweet about just, whatever happened to kindness. And you said, and then one day Tucker Carlson renounced hate and preached our commonalities outweigh differences, that there is a God, he wants us to love each other, and we'll only survive if we learn to work together. And his audience never watched his show ever again, the end. That's
right.
I hate to say it, right? I mean,
It's true.
this one whistleblower, I'm sorry, it's just stuck in my head that it's everything evil, it's misinformation and hatred, that Lauren Boebert falsely tweeted Joe Biden has cancer, and this FBI whistleblower that Jim Jordan used just said, go cancer, go faster. I mean, I don't even know, is this politics? Just what kind of humans are these?
This is, I don't blame Trump for this. I think Gingrich really began all of this in '94. I think that this is just a succession of just the degradation of the party of Lincoln. I always say they're not even the party of quail anymore. And the saddest thing about it is this is America, where if you actually act like Christ you'll get crucified by people who call themselves Christians. They're
Yeah.
allergic to everything they claim to believe in. They hate America. They hate Americans. Oh my God, they hate other Americans so badly. The more American flags your Twitter profile has, the more you can't stand people in America.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we can't hate them back because Marjorie Taylor Greene, Paul Gosar, they all prove
Yeah.
hate makes you stupid.
Could you take your organ out for me? Chris, Personal
Yes.
Comedy Jesus has tweeted, if Jesus had an AK-47, he could have mowed down the Romans, never been crucified, never had a religion named for him, and none of us would have to know who Pat Robertson is.
See, I
It is
think
a
about
thought,
these
John.
things.
It is a thought, John Fugelsang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, you said heaven is a coffee house with enough sockets for every laptop. That may very well be true.
Thank you. By the way, if anyone's interested, I'm selling a lot of used Dilbert books. If anybody can help me out there. I just want to say, as someone who has tussled with Scott Adams and debated with the man many times throughout the years on social media, I'm thrilled that this week was the first time Dilbert ever made me giggle. It finally happened.
It was finally funny.
I finally have chuckled because of Dilbert, and it took a long
Yeah.
time getting here.
Yeah, you said throw back to that time Dilbert creator Scott Adams tried to convince me that people marching in Charlottesville to preserve the statues of white supremacists for historical reasons were in no way racist, and many unarmed black citizens wanted the statues to remain too.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
He tried to make the argument to me. I mean, and he again, the new racism is the denial of racism, and I'm so tired of it. But like when they say Donald Trump, he condemned the white supremacists. Everybody who was marching in Charlottesville was marching for white supremacy.
Yeah.
If you are marching to defend the Confederacy, you are supporting white supremacy by definition, according to the dictionary. And we can deal with our right-wing loved ones and friends by just asking the right questions. On the show the other night, Steph, on Progress, when we were on at What the Hell O'Clock, I had one patriot call up and say, oh, you know, the Democrats with your Ku Klux Klan are the Democrats with the segregation. And I'm just like, boy, you must really hate those racist Democrats, huh? And he goes, yeah, I do, because the Democrats are, Lincoln freed the slaves, Republicans freed the slaves. I didn't get angry. I just said, so you must really hate those racist, white supremacist Democrat Confederates, right? Yeah, I do. You must hate their symbols. You must hate their flag. You must hate statues honoring them. Let me hear you condemn the Confederacy. Well, it wasn't just about slavery. It was also... And they can't do it. Ask them where Obama was born. Ask them to condemn actual white supremacy.
Yeah.
You don't need to get angry. Just humiliate them in front of an audience and stop and smell the train wreck.
Yeah, which right-winger was it, Travis, this week that said black people should actually thank the statues, should walk by and thank the
That was Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Ah, yeah, should
Taylor
thank
Greene.
the statues because, you know, something.
Thank them.
The statues that were erected in the 40s?
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
okay.
Right.
But I mean, they think that black children should be made to walk past statues celebrating men who took up arms against America to guarantee that they'd be the property of a white man. Germany does not do this. There are no Nazi statues to honor heritage. They don't think that not flying the swastika erases our history.
Yeah.
This is how racism is flourishing in our country right now. And the forefront of it is the abuse of the word woke. I mean, let these people keep on smearing the concept of not being racist. It's going to look real good in 10 years.
Yeah. You know, we always hurt the ones we love the most, which is why I saved the Trump sound bites for you, because you do my favorite Trump impression, which is Marlon Brando with a head cold on Adderall with what else?
Yeah. It's amphetamines with mucus on Marlon Brando. That's my Trump.
I just want to point out that this is not parody. These are actual things he said.
Also, I would like this all to pop quiz. Do any of you think he has any idea or has read anything that Marxism? Does he know anything what that is?
No, God, no. He doesn't read.
No.
He can't name the four Marx brothers.
Joe Biden recently signed a very sinister executive order mandating that almost every federal department and agency establish a Marxist equity. This is something new. Enforcement squad to implement a woke takeover of the entire federal government. Every institution in America is under attack from this Marxist concept of equity.
So
I just love that he has no idea who Marx is.
No.
He's never read Marx. He has no idea. It's just words he's heard in the right wing, whatever, right?
But they called MLK a communist as well. Anytime you oppose racism, racists will call you a Marxist.
Oh, no, he's calling us racist and Marxist because something...
With his inaction, Biden is weaponizing every tool of government power to push this racism and this communism and Marxism or whatever you want to call it. When FEMA, the EPA, and the FAA and IRS are corrupted and tasked with enforcing equity, freedom and equality under the law are absolutely dead. I will revoke this executive order on my first day back in office.
Okay, okay. Don't you wish someone would ask him just what's your favorite thing that, when they asked him what's his favorite thing in the Bible? What's your favorite thing that Marx wrote?
They did ask him.
I love both of them, like both Corinthians. I love both Marx brothers. What?
I mean, this corrosive glop of spray tan creamsicle-colored goo just said that equity is a threat to equality. He doesn't even read these things before Stephen Miller puts the card in his hand.
Okay.
Big finish.
Okay, wait. Is this reparations for
Yeah.
white people? Okay.
Yeah.
I will also urge Congress to create a restitution fund for Americans who have been unjustly discriminated against by these equity policies. And I will restore merit-based federal civil service. I will get this extremism out of the White House, out of the military, out of the Justice Department, and out of our government.
Oh, golly.
We don't want it in our country.
Okay.
The United States of America will be strong again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, no, thank you. So I get it. Reparations for
white people.
Yeah,
CS bitches.
Reparations for racists.
The CS bitch fund for whiny white people? Is that? That's fantastic.
You taught history about my grandpa. Pay me. That's it. That's the Ron DeSantis argument. These guys don't realize that this kind of race baiting didn't work in 2020 and it didn't work in 2022. Ron DeSantis may have already blown it by going way too racist in 22.
Yeah.
And it's only 23. I mean, they are marginalizing the party. And thanks to repealing Roe v. Wade, they are guaranteeing that young people will turn out and non-white, non-douchebags will turn out. Keep this up. Let him and Ron DeSantis, they're a chorus. They both make the same exact points. They both hate each other. And they both seem to not realize that they've already painted themselves into too racist a corner to reach those moderates who find this icky.
Yeah, by the way, in this week's fascism news, did you see that Ron DeSantis is making bloggers register with the state if they write anything negative about him? And also, what was the other... he also, they made sure that security guards kicked Trump supporters out of his book signing. Because Zeke,
Confident men. Yeah. Confident men. That's some big D energy right there. Am I right? Huh?
Tiny D energy. Okay. They could have a tiny mushroom penis pummeling contest. Instead of a debate.
They're not going to CPAC, so he won't get any.
Okay, they're part of the camp that's not going to CPAC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Oh, too bad.
Hi, I'm Chef Shanti, and today in the Organic Kitchen, I'm going to be showing you how to make my favorite breakfast burrito.